opinions of Blind United. We strive to provide diverse perspectives and discussions on our platform, but the opinions expressed should be understood as personal viewpoints and not reflective of Blind United as an organization.
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Coffee Time with Blind United on this lovely Wednesday morning. Of course, my name is Ed. We're supposed to have a special guest coming on, so we'll hopefully make it in. But right now, we got Miss Brittany with us. Good morning, Britt.
Good morning.
And then we got Pedro in the background pushing on them buttons.
Yo, good morning, everyone.
And then my brother from another mother, George.
Good morning.
Now you want to sound like my sister.
Good morning, everybody. How you doing? ¿Cómo están todos?
All right. So anyway, let's jump into this interest group we got going on today. And today is what? Arts and craft, knitting and crocheting, and jewelry making. Ooh, that's a mouthful, right? Then we got Trina Brown and Miss Barbara Harrison, the group leaders for that group, and they will be doing their thing tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're into crafting and doing all those kind of things, knitting, crocheting, making jewelry, earrings, necklaces, bracelets, all that good stuff, come on in and check them out. They have a lot of fun doing that stuff. And then they also do a second group later on in the month, but it's not via Zoom because most of the people are here locally. They get together and they go hang out at Michael's or whatever, buy their crafting supplies and stuff, maybe have a bite to eat, lunch or something, do a little social interaction with each other, right? So
Who's
anyway,
Michael?
Michael's, what is it? Michael's Crafts, Arts and Crafts.
Oh, okay. So all right. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, now you messing with Thomas now. That's where Thomas worked.
Oh, does he? Okay. Michael.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Thomas.
Michael Jackson or George Michael.
No.
They hire blind people? I wonder what they have blind people do. I'm curious.
Well, he's partial, but he was also telling me that their app for their store, once you punch in the store location, it has the layout of the store, and you can just search your product and it'll tell you what aisle it's on.
Shut the front door. No way. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. So, some folks think about us, right? So, anyway, Pedro, while you want to check with old boy and see what's happening while we
Well, I'm ready.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I have a question about the disclaimer. So that means we have opinions on the show?
Yes, we do.
Okay, just want to make sure.
And it's yours, not mine.
Okay. Just want to make sure, because sometimes now having an opinion nowadays, it hurts.
Oh, it makes you cry?
It makes you have an opinion. Like my mom should say, everybody has an opinion like they have a...
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that word.
No.
Can't say bad words here.
Well, I mean, what is a gluteus maximus?
There. Well, what's inside the gluteus maximus?
Okay. Colon,
There you go.
pancreas,
You guys are
prostate.
hilarious. Y'all are
Colon.
crazy.
All right, guys. Yeah, it seems like it's a Friday, but I've been wanting to get this little article out until we wait for our guest if he's able to hop in. I think he's downloading Chrome and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I'm
Just-
gonna bring Miss Carol on the stage and
Go ahead.
let her hang out with us while we do that.
I'm gonna play this article while that happens.
Apple Watch OS 8.1 update issues. The recent Apple watchOS 8.1 update has led to several problems for users, particularly those with the Apple Watch Series 4 and 5. Many have reported significant battery drain, with their watches running out of power much faster than before the update. Users have tried various fixes, such as factory resets and unpairing their watches, but these solutions have often been ineffective. In addition to battery issues, users have also encountered problems with their watches freezing or getting stuck during the update process. Some common troubleshooting steps include ensuring enough storage is available, restarting both the watch and the paired iPhone, and checking that the watch is charging and connected to Wi-Fi. Despite these efforts, many users are still experiencing issues, leading to frustration. At this time, Apple has not released a fix, but it is possible that another update will be rolled out to address these problems. If you're facing similar issues, contacting Apple support for diagnostics might be helpful, especially if the usual solutions do not work. You can also check Apple's support forums, where users are frequently discussing these issues and sharing potential fixes. Now back to the coffee time crew.
Well, I'm not a Apple Watch wearer, so I'm gonna stay out of this conversation.
Well, I know Apple. I mean, 18.1, or is that beta? Or I'm not sure if it's 18 point itself. Well, anyways, one of those updates was causing some versions of the iOS to freeze. For example, I think it was like iPhone 10, 11, and also the home. What do they call the one for the home thing? It's not Alexa, but it's
The
whatever
one
they
with the
call it.
home button.
The HomePod.
The HomePod, that
Okay,
was
yeah,
causing
yeah,
it to brick, actually. So I'm like, wow. And the iPad Pro to brick. So,
Yeah. There's been problems, and sometimes there's bugs and software issues when you update to the Gold Master version, like the first one they put out. I used to wait till 8 point. Let's say it was iOS 18, right? I wait till iOS 18.1. But I'll be beta testing, so sometimes I deep in. I wait first of the first beta to come out, and then I wait for the second one because I have updated in beta, and my whole voiceover just stopped working.
oh, wow.
Yeah, and I had to wait for an update to fix that whole bug.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
And I know people want to try the features, but you got to be aware when you're beta testing too that it's not it's not it's not signed, it's not complete. You might experience bugs and stuff like that, but it's good to know how to reset your phone or how to restore your phone you know
But you know what? I found out, Pedro, that you could actually tell your phone, the S lady, to either shut down or restart your phone.
Oh, what? For
Yeah.
real?
I didn't know that. I was
What?
yesterday I was messing with it. And you could say, "Hey Siri." Oh, sorry, folks. Say, "Hey
Oh
S
wow, I
lady."
didn't know that.
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
I know I
yeah.
have it for answering and hanging up calls.
Yeah, you could turn off your phone or restart it.
Yeah, and then in the Apple Watch, I noticed with this new update, my Apple Watch, and I'll to note I have a Series 6. So keep that in mind, and we're already in Series 10, but my Series 6 is still be working pretty cool. It's been dragging, the battery's been dying more. I reached like 8 p.m. or something, and it's telling me low battery, you
I have an
know?
SE, the Watch SE. I got it like what 3 years ago, and it's still working good. With the update, I guess, since
Yeah,
it's
when
older
when I
brand.
was on the previous software, on the previous version, right, of the Watch OS, My watch will last me a day, almost a day and a half.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I gotta check that out. I might have to restart it or something.
You,
But
you got to
check the
watch too,
battery.
right, Brett?
Yeah, I have a watch. I have it's either the Series 5 or the Series 6, but it used to last all day. It doesn't anymore, but I've had it for a minute.
Now, can you have the battery in the watch replaced like you do on the phone?
Hmm. Good answer. Good question. I gotta check that out. And if it can, I probably will. But I was thinking of updating the watch to the 10th.
Well, that's of course what they want you to do, right?
Yeah, but I'm
But
jumping four years. You know what I mean?
right. Well, but at the
So,
same time, like you said, the only thing wrong with yours is the battery ain't lasting as long.
oh yeah, I gotta check the battery. But I might do that on my phone, folks. I've been checking my battery health, and I talked about this in my interest group, on my technology interest groups on our Zoom. How to check your battery health. We might need to revisit that subject because it's good to know your battery health and what it means and where is your battery spending the time. I know I
Mine's
used
at
to
the strip
go
club, so.
is on the P Hub app. But that aside, folks, yeah, it's always good to
Wow.
know. It's
That'll
good.
give your phone viruses,
Oh, I'm sorry. You're right.
You give your phone something else, but I don't know about virus.
Good morning, Carol. We haven't said
Oh,
anything to you, sweetheart, since I let you in. Good morning.
good good morning,
Hey, Miss
everyone.
Carol, how you doing?
Good morning. I'm well, George. You?
Oh, not too bad. See what happens when you invite me in.
I'm sorry.
I'm talking to Mr. David. See what happens when
Oh
you invite me.
no, he said that Pornhub has audio descriptive porn, just in case anyone was curious.
Oh yeah,
Who
it
said?
does. The P
Who's
Hub app.
really?
Yeah,
Oh,
audio
n-
descriptive.
no, thank
What?
you.
Wait a minute. Who said that?
Well, George mentioned Pornhub,
No, but
so I
who
figured
Who
who commented?
commented?
nobody
I
commented.
Oh,
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 okay.
okay.
I would think all you would hear was just ooh and ah, right?
right. Faster, faster. No, anyway, but yeah,
Yeah. No, but I can see the audio descriptive part. You know what I mean? I checked it out before because
No.
it,
Oh,
it's been
wow.
happening. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, full disclosure.
I checked it out to see how would it
No,
sound.
thank you.
It's something new. It was like a new thing. I was hearing at the time there was a blind podcast and they were talking about
Well,
it.
I mean, if we were to go along with the what was that, the fundraising suggestions? I mean, it would almost have to be something like that in order for us to donate, right? Y'all lost in my conversation, or you?
No.
No,
no
no,
comment.
no. Me and Monica, we and Cheryl, we think that it would be a great fundraising opportunity.
Okay.
It just helps someone who doesn't speak vowels very well to pronounce them. Ooh, ah.
Right there you go.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is now when it comes to I wanted to ask you this year, Pedro. I hope we're not going off topic real quick, but because somebody asked me yesterday, Mr. Bautista, when will it get to the point where we could point our camera or even at the Meta glasses and look at something and it'll tell us real time, like live?
Oh,
It's
okay.
right around the corner as far as
Yes,
I'm
around the
concerned.
corner. Yeah, yeah. They're doing live video recognition. Even the Pixie Bot does video recognition. It guess it has someone and it tells you like this synthesized voice they got in Pixie Bot, and you could upload a video and it will analyze the video and tell you what was going on. I
Oh,
wanted
really?
I wanted to check out when me and Brittany and Monica when we jumped off the train and we did that video. I ran it through that and he told me um a man, the cameraman, and then he said two ladies, and they described me Brittany and Monica. I wanted to make sure that was in the middle, but I didn't have enough. I guess where I was at, I didn't have enough bandwidth for my internet that I was trying to send back and forth, But the analyzing
Right.
took like 2-3 minutes, you had to analyze everything,
Is
or
that
more
an
than
app on your
that.
phone or what?
Yeah, Pixie Bot was an app that Carol kind of brought to the spot. So
Yeah,
she told us over here, and that's how I know about it.
How do you spell that?
it's PICCYBOT,
Oh Lord, have mercy. I'm
like
slow. Can you repeat
robot,
that?
like
Oh,
P as in
Pixabot. Okay.
Paul. Yeah, Pixie Bot.
Okay.
It's a
Okay.
gentleman that created it down here in Texas.
Yeah, I think he's blind also.
Yes, he is.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
So it's just
yeah.
an app on your
That's
phone.
pretty cool. Inquiring minds want to know who names these apps.
The developer, the owner of the app.
Right.
Yeah, but
Well,
that
it
is
is
cool.
catchy though, right?
Right.
And now with nowadays with AI, they got tools on building applications and things like that. Even in the Microsoft suite, they have an app building application that you could build for organizations and stuff like that. That you could do. So it is pretty neat. A lot of stuff that you're starting to do. I'm starting to see more website builders uh that they have their own AI in their website, so you could build your website and all that by a few words and things like that. Even
Mhm.
though Chat has a feature like that too, that it will build you a website and that and then you just export all that. But
Now, Pedro, do you think will there ever be a point where AI or any type of technology will get to the point where it make, let's say, for example, a website is not accessible, and then it's a native web app or website. Do you think the AI will get to the point where they just, what, that's right, I got it. I think we
uh,
talked about this, Mr. Davis, a long time ago, but
I mean, it'd be great, but the problem with that is, George, you're giving these web owners, web developers, with you're giving them a free pass at that point. You
you're
know what I'm
right.
saying?
Hmm.
That to me, that's what that is. Yes, it's a tool for us to be able to use, and I would appreciate a tool like that. But at the same time, these developers and owners, they need to step up and do the right thing, make their stuff accessible. What about people that may not be able to know how to use this stuff? What about people that, if it costs money, what about people that can't afford it? Right? Like you say, it's expensive being poor.
Yep.
Stuff costs a lot more. It costs a lot more down on this level of, at this, end of life, right? So, it hurts more when you have to spend that money.
yeah,
You're
but
right.
there would have to be a tool within your computer, or it may be a tool within a ISP provider, or a tool that oversees like a lot of the web hosting. And then plus, I don't think a basic AI could probably handle it. I know the next generation of AI is the generative AI, the general intelligence, the GI. That
Yeah. So was that another one, or what is that?
that's the uh, more advanced artificial intelligence, but it's not
Really?
artificial. It's GI,
Okay.
yeah, you
Oh, like
know,
G.I. Joe.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's what they're looking into, but that's the more advanced and stuff like
Okay.
that, and then it's still being worked on. It's still like a theory, still. So
Hmm. That's
It'll be
interesting.
here in a minute. It'll be here in a minute. Share a little information. I called T-Mobile yesterday. After you was telling me what you said, George, and I
Yes,
don't.
sir.
So I inquired about the, Ray Ban, Meta Ray Ban smart glasses,
Yes.
and I mean, yeah, same thing like you said. The only thing that was different when I was speaking with him, I got into discussing, the various styles of
Okay.
Ray Bans. He said they do have a list of styles. Uh, for those that have T-Mobile, yeah, you can go into the store. They will hook it up for you. You can get them. I mean, they actually go all the way up to 800-900 bucks as far as,
Ooh.
What?
yeah,
Really?
Ooh.
the style, right?
Really?
So, and of course, cost is going to be, when it comes into financing, all that's going to play into it. It's a 1 year contract. So, whatever that is, you pay it off in 12 months, not 24. But he said the thing to do was go by the store, see if they have a style I like. If not, then go to, like a sunglass hut or whatever, get a few different style numbers, and then call back and let them compare it to the list of what they have available.
Okay.
I mean, it makes sense because you want to make sure you got a strong enough frame to hold that extra equipment.
Yes.
So
But the cool thing about the glasses is everything's in. You can't. I mean, if I guess you look at it, you could tell. But the lens, the way the lens is, or the camera.
Well, that was another thing. He said, do you want green lenses? You want clear lenses? You want black lenses? Blue lenses? I guess they got rose color lenses.
Yeah, they had the transitions.
Yeah,
And
all of that.
I actually asked my cousin about that, which we talked about last night. And he thinks that it'd be a better option if you could get them for me, because, well, I won't say why we want to have that discussion. It's not here, but anyways.
Yeah. But I was looking at that too. I was trying to look at the styles and stuff online. Unfortunately, it's images when they show you the style, and
Right.
unfortunately, I didn't want to get my Windows laptop, and I could have looked at the styles with the new JAWS updates, and if you're running the latest JAWS, we have tools within there that we can utilize to see some of those images and get a uh, 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 a perspective on how they look and things like that. If you just want to take a look. I know they have them on Amazon. So if you shop, or glasshead.com, and picture smart, guys. It's good to know your
I
technology.
guess I'm old school, Pedro. And those who are watching or listening, that I'm old school. I like to have my paws on it, right?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm the same way. I want to put my hands on it. I want to, put it on my face and feel how it, it contours. Because I like the sports style that wrap around. So I want to get a feel of, how far they wrap around, well, how much coverage I have, all that kind of stuff. So
And I wear Ray-Ban, just regular shades, but they're light. I can barely tell that I have anything on my face. So I'm curious just to know how much these Meta glasses weigh, because if they are heavy on my face.
Oh, they're pretty light. I got some Ray-Bans, and they have a little bit of metal frame on it, like half a metal, and the other frame is like really hard. I don't know the type of plastic it is, but man, I put them. I could feel those on my face, and I had some metal ones that I put on. They were lighter than my Ray-Bans.
Right.
I mean, it's cool that you can finance, right? That's the cool thing about it.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. You can finance it, and then again, because they are Ray-Ban, we know they're going to be stylish. I mean, again, all of us pretty much have Ray-Bans, so being able to choose your style, and as long as the actual, as they say, the frame of it is strong enough, then you can get the metas in that style. So that just makes it more appealing to me, right?
Yes, that is way more appealing, having the different styles. We also have some of our guests backstage, but that makes it a plus that you're able to pick different styles, not only stuck to one frame, because we all got different type of styles. We got different shapes of faces, and our head size. Oh, you know what I mean?
Right. All right. Did you bring him on?
I got him.
Okay.
Yeah. So having different different style frames are pretty good. Welcome, Edward. Welcome, Eddie.
Hey, how you doing?
Good morning. How are you, sir?
Pretty good. I'm glad to be here.
All right. Well, I'm glad you made it. Of course, as we say, welcome to Coffee Time with Blind United. Glad to have you. So let me introduce you to everybody that's in here. Pedro, of course, and I'm Ed, and then we have George.
Hello.
He's a brother of ours out of El Paso, and then we have Brittany and Miss Carol. They're over there listening in as well. So,
Good morning.
So we're gonna go ahead and get right into this. Eduardo,
hold on. No, Britt, do we have any comments? Also,
no, we do not have any comments.
Okay, and then we will go into a quick commercial break. We'll come back. George, Ed, and Eddie, y'all can keep your mics cool. I'll be on mute, Carol. I'll mute you so they can have their interview, and we will be back, folks.
If you'd like to know more about Blind United, you can visit our website at blindunited.org. You can email us at info@blindunited.org. You can call us at 909-846-8825. You can follow us on Instagram at Blind United Interest Groups. You can follow us on X at Blind United 22. You can watch our YouTube channel, Blind United. You could join our Facebook group, Blind United Interest Groups, or you can follow our Facebook page, Blind United.
You are cordially invited to Blind United's Spooky Evening on Saturday, October 26th, 2024, from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Veteran Foreign War Post 2070, VFW, 825 South Magnolia Avenue, Monrovia, California, 91016. Cross Street is Chestnut. Come and enjoy a fun, spooky evening with games, a costume contest, and Halloween treats with friends and family. 825 South Magnolia Avenue. Cost per adult $25, children 5 to 13 $15, children 4 and under free. The meal will include hot links and a grilled chicken sandwich, chips, potato salad, soda, water, and cupcakes. A cash bar will be available. Door prize drawings will be held throughout the event. Deadline to turn in money is Thursday, October 10th, 2024. You can sell your money to Blind United Incorporated at blindunited2022@gmail.com. All children must be accompanied by an adult to the restroom. For more information, you may contact F.A. Chandra Howard at 909-774-6290 or Cheryl Thurston at 909-821-9589.
All right, we are back. So,
Wait. Before you say that, Monica said good morning and happy hump day. And
morning,
a
Monica.
special good morning and hello to our guest, Eddie.
All right. Okay. Well, Eddie, man, I looked at what y'all got going on, and what I see on the website, I really like. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity right here up front to tell us about the Blinded Veterans Association. I'm saying that right, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about that, man. It sounds really interesting.
Well, basically, the Blinded Veterans Association is a veteran service organization that has the visually impaired and the blinded veterans that caters to them. We know that there are more popular veteran service organizations throughout the country, but they always seem to leave out or not have experience dealing with the visually impaired. And in 1945, a few blinded veterans got together and started dealing with their own ailments. And lo and behold, the Blinded Veterans Association was born. Pretty soon, Congress gave them permission to deal strictly with the visually impaired and the blinded veterans.
Okay.
So they got their charter from Congress, and away they went. Now, what makes us unique is when we help veterans file their claims, we are strategically experienced in dealing with the visually impaired and the blinded veterans. You know, I tell people, if you have a Porsche vehicle and you're having issues with it, you don't take it to a motorcycle mechanic and have him fix it for you.
I like that. I really do.
And if your fridge broken, you don't go to your dentist.
Right.
You want to stay in your lane. And that's how we came to be. So we always want to make sure that whenever new laws are coming out, whenever new programs are offered by the Veterans Administration, that they don't forget about the visually impaired. And they tend to do that a lot. They want to limit the number of employees at the VA hospitals. So what do? they introduced kiosks, so that you can check in. Well, none of these kiosks introduced around the country were even accessible.
Wow.
So, I mean, it was like we had to make some noise, and we finally got them removed, and it's little things like that they do, when they introduce new programs and laws and benefits, and they forget about a small segment of the veteran population.
Well, Mr. Edward, before we go any further, just so people kind of get a little grasp of, can you kind of give a background on yourself?
Well, I'm a United States Marine veteran, did 5 years in the Marine Corps, went out to the desert, and being out in the desert, you're around the darkness a lot, and then you realize, wow, having some issues here. Upon returning from the desert, obviously they sent me to go get my eyes checked, and I got diagnosed with retinitis pigmentosa. So, since I worked with an air traffic controller, it became a big deal, and I got processed and medicaled out.
Well, thank you for your service, first of all.
No, it was my pleasure and my honor. So all that schooling, down the drain. I worked. I took some time off. Decided, well, I could go back to school. I felt completely normal. Darkness was the first sign that I had vision problems. So I decided to go back to work. I filled out one application, never filled out another the rest of my life. Stood with that company for 20 years.
Wow, cool.
And ever since my vision started going, and it's completely gone now, I became a volunteer at the VA hospital. And that's where I was introduced to the Blind and Veterans Association at the Blind Rehab Center in Long Beach, California.
Right. Now, I know
No,
a
is
few of the
this
instructors there. No, go ahead, Judge.
Is the association, Mr. Edward, really couldn't tell from the website. Is it regional? Is it nationwide? Is it like here in El Paso? Can someone look into that?
It's a national organization. It's divided up into regions. We used to be part of the Southern California regional group, but everybody would have to travel all the way to West LA or San Fernando Valley to take part in a meeting. So we requested that we'd have our own meetings in Long Beach, and they did. We created a chapter,
Okay.
and then that chapter, it was basically everybody from the San Gabriel Valley and Orange County. So we requested to be our own regional group representing Orange County, and we got permission, and that's how the Charles Register Regional Group was formed, and everybody that was in there from the east part of Los Angeles County was grandfathered in. So we just have a basically 30 by 30 square mile section, but the Southern California Regional Group represents 6 counties. So it's pretty large, and it's kind of hard to service a lot of those members. But as everyone knows, Orange County, California does not have a VA hospital, so they all come to Long Beach.
Right.
So, and we've been having meetings there, and invite them to come and to our barbecue, break some bread, and try to build that community that we all lost when we left the military.
Right. Right. So, staying with what George was working on here, is there a website that people can go to that may live, outside of here? Like you said, where he's at, El Paso, across the country. We got people listening in from all over the country. So, anybody else that might be interested, is there a way that they can find out how to be involved in their area?
Yes, it's a simple website, 6 letters, bva.org, Bravo Victor Alpha.org.
Okay.
And it'll give you the breakdown in the whole country, your nearest area, contact information for people there. It'll give you membership information. It'll give you calendar information of events.
Right.
It's a very good website. It's all accessible. It's a very good website. I encourage anyone who's interested to jump on it, see, and try it out.
And it's for membership, Mr. Edward, is there? So first of all, can they qualify? Number two, is there a cost?
Okay, it's completely free. No charge to be a life member of the BVA. And the reason for that, our mission is simply to advocate. They must know how many visually impaired veterans we have out there. And the membership, you can do everything online. You can sign up. All you need to do is be a visually impaired. You don't have to be blind. You could be low vision or blind. It doesn't matter the years of service, when you serve, where you served. As long as you're a veteran and you're either low vision or blind.
All right. Okay. Well, I mean, I know, I'm sorry, Jordan. I know I went on the website. There's a lot of information on there, a lot of resources there. So I advise everybody to go there. As he said, was that bva.org, bva.org, and you can get all that information there. A lot of good stuff in there. They got a lot of videos of the activities they do. Man, that blind skiing thing you guys did, that was amazing. I really enjoyed that stuff. So
yeah, when I saw that the blind ski, I'm like, am I on the right website? But yeah, that's pretty neat to show that what we can do. But
I was completely shocked when they invited me to go to Colorado.
Excuse me. I mean, I've heard of blind people doing it before, but I mean, it was just, for me, it's great again, to see our vets getting out there and being able to do stuff like that. And I'm probably, I mean, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the association itself helps veterans that get there and participate in all the different kind of things you guys do. I would assume.
Oh yes, recreation is a big part of encouraging all our visually impaired and blinded veterans to stay independent. 2023, one of our members became, I do believe, the fourth blinded person overall to climb Mount Everest.
Okay.
And, that was a big deal.
Well, it was. I remember the guy. I didn't know he was a vet. I can't remember his name, but I remember the guy, a cop making, the article about him making it to the top. Man, that's some cool stuff. Yeah. I mean, again, but again, as we do on a daily basis, Eddie, we try to promote people that are doing things. We try to let, the community, the mainstream society, see that, we are capable of doing these things, and, with the right training and the right motivation, right? If you're that kind of person, you want to do the things you used to do before you lost your vision. You want to find a way to be able to participate the way you used to do, so, but I know you guys got a lot of great resources over there. Y'all, how can I say, recruited a few instructors that I had when I was going through my training program back in 2015 when they opened up that center down there in Long Beach. One of the computer ladies, Stephanie, and then also one of the mobility ladies, Erica, that they were my instructors when they got recruited over there. So I hope they work it out well for y'all. They were really good instructors. They really good at what they do. So nothing but the best for our vets, man. That's the way I feel. You guys should have a gold card and just get everything you need as far as I'm concerned, because you put your life and, your body and all that stuff on the line for our country, and you deserve nothing less as far as I'm concerned. So, man, I like what you guys are doing.
I'm going to ask you, Mr. Edwards, so those who are watching or listening can kind of get an idea. So when someone applies through the Veterans Affairs. Is there a long process for that to get a response and, in other words, to adjudicate the case? What can you tell someone that's kind of leery about applying, but they should for benefit?
Well, what I always tell them is they have nothing to lose. Okay. Obviously, it all depends on what kind of claim you're filing. The older you are, the faster they respond, because they want to make sure that they take care of you as soon as possible. They put you towards the top. If you're a Vietnam vet, obviously they act on your claim right away. But it all depends on your claim. The, have as many records as possible, private and military. You can request any of your records from your doctors. They're your records. No matter where you go see a doctor, you can always request your records. Um, but the more information you have, the better. The more detail you have when you file your claim, the better. The process can take some time because they are getting bombarded with claims right now. Obviously, the more that they accept responsibility for what they do to the military personnel, then the more claims are going to get. And so it will take a while. A claim could take anywhere between 6 months to 2 years to get everything finalized. Your doctor visits, your appointments. Now with the technology age, it could take less time.
Well, sticking with that, Edward, like say, speaking technology wise, right? So let's say you ran up on a blind vet, right, that hasn't applied yet or whatever. Is there any advocacy or assistance with them? Because they may not know technology yet, right? They may have, been sitting at home with their families and their family been doing everything for them, and now they're ready to try to regain their independence. So, is there any help for them to possibly get, through the filing process?
Yes. I mean, there's an easy, once you give, if you seek help for filing a claim, you can get a hold of the BVA. You do not have to be a member to get help filing a claim.
Okay.
Okay. That's above number one on top of that.
Okay.
They will help you along. If you have never used a computer and only know how to use a phone, there is still a way to help you file a claim. And you can give them power of attorney only for the claim, and they will walk you through the whole process, and they will take the lead on it for you.
Right. Right. Right.
So they understand that, some of
Right.
us are 9 to 5ers only, and this is not our, field of expertise. Red tape, government red tape.
Right. Right. And that was my point. We know there's always a lot of red tape and dealing with stuff, but I was also looking at the aspect of technology. I mean, as you know, it was a whole learning curve there for us to learn how to use our screen readers and all these various things that we use within the community. So they may not have that training yet, and sometimes they hit a block wall because they don't have that knowledge of how to use that technology. So that's why I was just checking on that. But yeah, that's cool. Go to the website and seek. Is there any specific spot on the website they should go, like contact us or help apply or something like that? Do you know?
Yes, it's the Veteran Service Program.
Veteran Service Program. So just look for that link, Veteran Service Program,
and there's an intake form. There's a fax number. There's a phone number and an email address. 4 different ways you can get a hold of them.
Wow. So vets, y'all deserve this, man. Don't sleep on this. Go over there and get the help you need, man. Because I think the process going through the veterans, for you guys, and as it should be, is a lot easier than it is for us that haven't served. I mean, there's red tape both directions, but at least you're dealing right straight with the government. We got to deal with the the local folks, then we got to deal with the state folks before we ever get to the federal folks. So it's a crazy process, but man, please go get help if you guys are dealing with visual issues. They say bba.org. Edward, little birdie told me you guys got some things coming up on your calendar. So what you got coming up in front of us here?
Well, we got the White Cane Awareness Day celebration, October 15th, at the VA Hospital in Long Beach, California. That's one of our big events coming up.
Okay. So, and then you said that's on the 15th. What's the times and stuff like that?
It'll kick off at 10:30 a.m. We're going to have a march, speakers, and then a lunch soon to follow.
Okay. Do folks need to register, or can they just show up?
Just show up.
Just show up. Is there a way to get, if anybody wants a little bit more information on that, is there somewhere to reach out to?
Yes, you may call the Blinded Veterans Association office at the Blind Center in Long Beach at area code 562-826-8015.
Right quick, Britt, if you don't mind, put that down in the comments so people can grab that if they want.
Okay.
And then, does anybody comment? We got any comments on?
No, we don't have any comments.
Okay. You want to give her that number one more time, Eddie, so she can get it down there?
Sure, no problem. Area code 562-826-8015.
So, yeah, folks listening in down there, you got the number right there for you to call. There's no excuse. Man, it sounds like you guys are going to have a lot of fun down there on Tuesday.
We try our best.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I mean, I really appreciate you coming in. Has anybody told you about what we do? Because, man, you guys are welcome to come hang out with us anytime you want. So
I appreciate that.
So has anybody told you anything about what blind?
Just a handful of things. I mean, obviously, it's a very active group, and there's a lot of YouTube, Facebook, a lot of catching up to do.
Well,
I could ask you, Mr. I'm sorry, Mr. Davis, is talking about that social media. Is there a social media presence for the Blind Veterans Association?
Yes, you may find them on Facebook and YouTube as well.
Okay.
And the website will have all those links as well.
Okay. So, well, what we do, Edward, just do a little cross promoting here, right? So we do a thing we call interest groups. And what we do was we put a schedule together. Right now, I think we have like 21 different interest groups that we do throughout the month. And some of those are, tech training, such as, iPhone, Mac, JAWS. I mean, we're getting into doing AI training. We got that just started with a lot of that going on. Of course, we do like tonight. We got arts and crafts and stuff for those that are into that kind of stuff. We do support groups, and then we do entertainment stuff. Like we get together every Friday night and do a descriptive movie, right? So we do all of these things throughout the month on Zoom, right? So once you get on our email list, you get a reminder, lets you know what's going on that day, and it gives you all the links and everything to join in. And man, we just got a great community going on across the country, just trying to share information with each other. I mean, our social media is what's bringing more and more people into our interest group. So ain't no telling who you might bump heads bump into within some of these interest groups, So, but it's also a kind of thing to where if you don't see an interest group that you like, right? Uh, Man, you can create your own interest group. We welcome that. Come on in. We find a time slot where you fit in, and then promote your group and have your folks come in, hang out. I mean, after we've been doing this, we're relatively new, but we've been doing this about 3 years now, and man, it's amazing. You never really realize what groups might take off, right? Some of the groups I thought really wouldn't be, popular, they end up being very popular. So. But that's just part of what we do. We do grants, where we've given away scholarships and stuff to some folks going to school and stuff like that. We're getting ready to work on giving scholarships away to folks that need equipment, maybe a keyboard, maybe, I don't know, whatever piece of technology is going to help them, live their best life, get past whatever barrier they may be facing at the time. So again, I want to extend the invitation out to everybody there. You're more than welcome to come hang out with us. That's info@blindunited.org. And I can add you to them lists and all that good stuff. And like I said, I'd love to work with you guys. I really would. It seems like we're kind of like on the same mission. Even the stuff you talked about, them kiosks at the VA, man. I mean, yeah, they definitely need to take care of you guys over there, but we face that stuff as well. I mean, we was talking about that yesterday, right? The point of sale stuff where you trying to check out at the market and they got the little thing over here and you ain't nothing, don't nothing talk to us. We don't, you don't want to give your information to other people, right? So
That's correct.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, that's absolutely right.
You
Right on
know,
point.
I mean, we're trying to create a community again. Like you said, making some noise, right? Uh, uh, it's our mission is to create something. Hashtag stuff. All that stuff is that we do hashtag one voice because we're trying to create a community of blind people where we can all speak with one voice, right? And then that way, when we go to DC and we say, okay, well, the blind community, the blind vets, whatever, right? We need this in society. We need, these audible signals, or we need these kiosks and stuff to have a screen reader, some sort of a voice where interaction kind of thing, whatever. We're all speaking with one voice, we'll get it. But when we show up as different organizations, right? I mean, you guys might have a little better chance than us because you are vets, but when we go up there, it's just a couple of major organizations and Congress in there. Okay, well, y'all get on the same page. Let us know because we're not going to favor one over the other. So y'all need to get on the same page. That's my opinion. So that's what our goal is to try to work to that. So uh, uh, I don't know.
So,
I guess
Mr. Edward, I have a question. Um, so I was wanting to ask this earlier. To when someone transitioned to blindness, and then on top of that, they saw battle or they got injured in battle and they lost their sight. What can you say to that? Because I here in El Paso, I run into two veterans. They're having a hard time dealing with that, right? Because they were in battle and or in war, and they came back, and now they're blind due to that. And what can you say to that? Because it's like a little more complex issue,
right.
right? So,
Well, to give you a little insight on my case, once I quit working and I couldn't travel no more, and I fell into depression. And the veterans reached out to me. I had a sergeant major who kept calling me and telling me, "You need to visit the blind center in Long Beach." And I told him, "No, that's not for me. I'll pass. I'll pass." For 18 months, he kept calling me. He wouldn't let it go. He just kept reaching out to me. "How you doing? Have you decided to go?" And I finally made a deal with him. I said, "Look, I'll go visit this place, but you have to do something for me. You have to lose my number." And he said, deal. I went to visit the blind center, and it changed my life. I realized that there's other people just like me, other veterans just like me, going through the exact same thing, the same feelings, the same thoughts, different ailments, some the same, some in combat, some not in combat, but we're dealing with the same thing, and that's the difference, is getting that first step, taken, because it is hard. And it took me 18 months after I went to go get training and realized that I wasn't alone and that there was a community of visually impaired and blinded veterans. I became a volunteer. I've been there for a decade.
Right.
See, I'm glad you said that, Mr. Edward, because people don't, they'll actually say, well, no, I'm good, está bien, or whatever. Especially in my culture here in El Paso, the Hispanic culture, no, está bien, I'm not going to, what for? I'm glad you said that, because to kind of push that person to go in to get help. And like you said, it helps when other people start talking like, oh, really? I have the same problem. Like my main problem was when I was transitioning, believe it or not, plugging in the darn plug into the wall without getting electrocuted, right? But when I talk to other friends, they're like, "Oh yeah, this technique." So I think just having that conversation with other
Right.
veterans kind of have that association.
Right, I agree. And I mean, whereas I was listening, it would talk. I say the same thing. I say it all the time to folks that are not necessarily veterans, right? Just folks within the community that haven't, they haven't experienced the blind community. They haven't experienced the camaraderie we have. Just I mean, it's crazy just how simply being around a group of people that are going through the same thing you go through every day, dealing with your visual impairment or blindness, right? It just kind of feels like a weight comes off when you're around it. It's like they all understand this. We all have that same issue, right? So again, it's still, again, thank you for your service. You guys are part of all of this, but again, we are one community. We all deal with that. We all have a little extra stuff that we deal with. Like you say, you guys facing battle and having to see all that ugliness of war and all that kind of stuff. But I hate to go here, but on the flip side, we got folks in our community that lost their sight due to trauma. Get carjacked or some sort of violence, right? So I mean, kind of. It just helps to be around the people that have gone through that kind of stuff. It helps to have those support groups where we can sit and have those conversations. And then, we talk about real life situations, and then we, also focus in on how blindness affects those situations, so.
So, Mr. Osborne, let me ask you this question, and I'm doing this for a reason. So when someone talks to you, do they talk to you loud like you're deaf? Or do they treat you a certain way because you are blind?
It varies. I have to remind some people that I'm blind and not deaf, but not everyone. It varies.
Yeah, it varies, of course. And that's what I'm trying to say is the perspective, right? Like for example, and I don't know why I had this kind of like, really, like when they told me that when I met those two people that were veterans and they saw combat, and they're like, they're blind. I'm like, really? So for some reason I couldn't associate a military or someone that's in the military with blindness, right? Because they're two different words. I think we're having our music coming out. Okay, I thought it was me, folks. I listened to music in my head. Okay, but any final words before we go there, Mr. Edward?
I'm good. I'm really happy you guys invited me out here, and I came by. This has been really fun and enlightening.
Well, I mean, we definitely appreciate you coming, my brother. I'm glad to hear about all these programs that they got going on for our veterans and stuff. And again, we're we appreciate you guys as well. And just know that you're welcome. and I believe we're all part of one community as well. You know, you guys got that extra star on top of your stuff, but you know, but again, man, we really appreciate you and sharing information about what you guys got going on over there. You guys don't forget to go down there and check him out on the 15th at 9 a.m. in the morning at the VA hospital there in Long Beach. And you said it's going to be at the Blindness Center, Ed?
The Blind Rehab Center.
The Blind Rehab Center. So that's going to be the meeting point. And then, man,
Can you give the email, the website one more time?
BVA.org.
You got that, George? BVA.org. And then you can get all the information you need there. If you want that phone number, just go back and look down in the comments down there. Britt put it down there for you folks. So on that note, Edward, you're welcome back here anytime you want to come, my brother. We appreciate your perspective. We'd love to hear about anything you guys got coming up. Whenever you got something new coming up, right? And again, everybody over there is welcome to come over and join up and hang out with us as well. So on that note, we're going to call this one to an end. Everybody enjoy the rest of your hump day. As George says, hump the ones you love. So we will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a great day.
Feliz Navidad.